Hey, welcome to the No Tracers podcast. This week I'm talking to Gray Monstera. Let's go ahead and get into it. Step into the world of decay, abandonment, and chaos. The story of an urban explorer starts here, at the beginning. Welcome to the podcast you've been looking for all along. This is No Tracers. Here, we take only photos. We leave only footprints. And remember, leave no trace. My name is Kay. I am your host here on the No Tracers podcast. If you're new to the show, welcome to No Tracers. This show is all about urban exploring, from abandoned buildings to rooftops and everything in between. Welcome to the show. Super excited for this episode. I am chatting with Gray Monstera this week about her time exploring abandoned places. This episode is not for the faint of heart, just like my partner on this podcast, Liquid Death Mountain Water. Here's an ad for you. The scariest water on the planet that is not for the faint of heart is Liquid Death Mountain Water. Its creators signed a deal with the devil to bring you water from the Austrian Alps. Still, sparkling and flavored water is now available at liquiddeath.com. Use code JustTheLetterK for 10% off. Liquid Death, not for the faint of heart. All right, so before we get into this episode, I have a little PSA for you guys. Well, not really a PSA. Yeah, it's a PSA. Let's face it. All right, so one of our fellow explorers was actually injured recently and broke some bones, had to get surgery, has a plate in their arm, broke their sacrum. There's like a lot that happened. I'm going to be having them on the show soon. Soren Relictus. If you guys don't know who that is, go check out the Instagram linked down in the description. There's also a GoFundMe. They are moving and they need help with expenses and they need to be able to pay someone to help them move. And unfortunately, they can't really do a lot right now. They can't really get out of bed. So it's quite a challenge, and let's come together as an Urbex community and help them out. Please do me a massive favor and go donate to this GoFundMe and help this explorer get back on their feet and get situated in their new place. Thank you guys. And if you can't donate, please just share the link for us. It would mean a lot. I like helping out other explorers when I can, and this means a lot to me. So please go and help this explorer out. All right, without further ado, Gray Monstera, please introduce yourself and how long you've been exploring to the No Tracers audience.
All right, I am Brittany. My account name is Gray Monstera. I've literally been exploring for a year.
Hey, well, welcome. Welcome to the community. Happy to have you here. First question I want to ask you is, what does your username mean? How'd you come up with it? Where's it from? What is it?
Gray is my favorite color.
Okay.
And Monstera was the first plant I looked at when I was sitting there.
Listen, we love the creativity and the simplicity of the username. It's fantastic.
I like to keep it real. No, it's Monty the Monstera that's sitting here looking at me.
Love it. Love it. Okay, yeah. So what got you into exploring in the first place? What made you catch the bug?
Honestly, I mean, do you want to go with like official exploring, or you want to go with like what I did as a child?
I mean, whatever got you into it. I love the childhood stuff. I love those stories, but also like as like an adult exploring like a year ago, what made you go and check something out?
I'll start with the childhood stories. Those are always fun. So I grew up in Eastern Maryland, on what we call the Eastern Shore here, in good old Caroline County, which is, if you've never heard of it, that's all right, because literally no one has. So I grew up in a place that just got a Walmart 4 years ago, and people camped outside of it. So I'm trying to paint the picture for you.
Yeah.
So, in my town, I'm 35, so I was born in 87, so grew up through the 90s. And so, it's like be home before the sun goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a kid, with some of my friends, I used to play in these abandoned train cars that were on an abandoned train track, like just on the edge of our town. Uh, yeah. So, doing like shit like that. I don't know. There's like old farm barns I'd find, and like we'd go in there. Like this is when I'm like a little kid,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, under 10. And
Dang.
then I guess as a teenager, when you're just fucking around and there's literally nothing to do in
Yeah.
that town, it's I don't know. And it drives me crazy and kills me now because I would go into time capsule homes. Like I'm not even like
Wow.
not they've been staged. It's legit like it was left like that.
Wow.
And this is like early 2000s and it drives me nuts because I was like, just some dickhead kid just not appreciate. I didn't like fuck with anything. I was enjoying looking at it, but I just, it was like 2002.
Yeah. You didn't have the appreciation for it.
I definitely did not.
Damn.
So with that, it continued, I don't know, like within the same time as being a teenager. I would get what I like to call nosy. I don't know. There was a house around the corner from me, and it was empty for sale. So I was like, I want to see what's inside. And I found an open window, and my friend and I looked around, and then I went home, and then the local police officer showed up.
Oh my God.
He wanted to arrest me, and he knew it was me because that was when my hair was purple. My
Oh
friend's
yeah.
hair was blue, so we stood out. So my mom talked him out of full on arresting us, but I did have to go to teen court.
Damn.
I was 15. Yeah. So the thing about me now is I've never been arrested. I've never really gotten in trouble. I've
Wow.
talked to cops and then I've just walked right into school.
Wow.
So
What a turn. How the tables turn, huh?
it's pretty fun. Um yeah, you'd have to actually Bob Detroit Unseen came down and stayed with me one weekend and you'll have to ask him about how good I am at talking to cops.
I will do that. I'll hit him up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, amazing. So, speaking of like, we were talking before how your camera broke and now you're a phone photographer.
Oh God, no!
But
Don't
for
tell me
you,
that. No,
when,
this is a temporary thing.
yeah, it's temporary. But when did photography come into your life? When did you pick up a camera for the first time?
um, so I used to be married. My ex-husband got me a camera for
Mm,
Christmas. Actually, the last year that we were together.
wow.
Yeah, expensive parting gift, but so I don't know. It's like I messed around with it some. I took like superb photos of my cats.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got into like I've always hiked and stuff, so I don't know, like going through like taking pictures of nature, and then I turned into my mom, and I have a lot of plants, so I just got into like photographing plants, and then photographing shit out, and I went hiking on some trail, and I came across these old Catholic stone church ruins.
Wow.
It's actually just this trail called like Daniel's Trail or something. I don't know. It's next to the dam. So it's this old Catholic church. I'm really bad at years. It's old. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
1800s ish. And if you walk further down, there's this white church. It's now like I don't know, 3.5 walls, and it's disgusting. Um, so 2020 was not kind to it. But yeah, I found those and I was like, oh, this is really neat. And so I actually got curious, started looking at stuff, and I saw something about I almost said the name. This favorite hospital of mine, which people that know me know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So someone had posted on good old Reddit, I don't know, met up with some strangers, and I went. My first official, I guess you would say, explore was a large psychiatric campus.
Wow.
And to this day, I'm still deeply in love with it.
Oh
So
yeah. I mean, there's
yeah.
nothing like
I
that
go back
first
all
one.
the time. Like
Oh, that's so rad.
yeah, I feel I'm all there all the time. The only thing, so there's isolation cells underneath one of the
Holy shit.
buildings, and I keep wanting to go back and photograph them, but you have to go through these tunnels. I don't like tunnels.
I hate tunnels. I hate being underground. Freaks me out.
I yeah. Tunnels. But the other thing that comes with tunnels is spiders.
Yep.
And do you know what sprickets are?
They sound like jumping spiders.
Yes, they're like spider crickets. People call them
Fuck
cave
that.
cricket. Yeah,
Nope.
no,
Nope.
they launch themselves so far. So I'm 5 feet tall,
Okay.
and my face is like prime level. So
Yeah.
I am known for getting hit in the face with sprickets. So that's like what's down there.
I would not. No. I would light myself on fire. There's no way.
Sprickets actually kept me from seeing an autopsy or not autopsy, just oh my gosh, what do you call it? Like in a funeral home.
A morgue.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kept me from seeing that today. I started going down the stairs and I got hit in the face, and I was like, I'll come back tomorrow. So, yeah, it's actually like, the nice thing about living in Baltimore is like everything's right there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I went out there a couple years ago. My dad's family is from there, from that area,
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Where?
I mean, I couldn't tell you like the county or like where exactly they're from, but just
Oh,
Baltimore area. But
okay.
a couple years ago on Thanksgiving, I hit up this guy from YouTube. I was just looking up like abandoned Baltimore or whatever. I hit this dude up and I was like, "Hey, it's Thanksgiving morning. I don't know what you're doing, but I would love to
Was
go
it
check
Dan
this."
Bell?
What?
Was it Dan Bell?
No, his name's E Hunter TV.
No, no idea.
Yeah. He just like commented on a video of this abandoned asylum, and I was like, "Yo, I want to go check this place out. Do you want to like take me there?" And he was like, "Sure." So I literally met up with him and a stranger, and just walked a mile through the woods and went and explored this place for hours, and it was amazing. And it's like this community is so weird like that. Like you can just meet a stranger
Oh,
and go
you
to an
came
abandoned
here?
place with them.
Around here?
Yeah.
I know where you're talking about.
I mean, I would name it. Everybody knows it. It's Forest Haven.
Don't, no!
I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep
Yeah,
it out.
edit that out,
I'll
because
edit it out.
I have a couple, I have a few buildings left
Oh, okay.
that
Yeah,
I
I'll
need to
for sure
photograph.
bleep it out. I'll bleep it out
And
for sure.
I don't even want to say why I can't go there right now. If you know, people know what I'm talking about. It's like everyone knows what I'm talking about, but I also don't want to say it. So,
yeah, for sure. Yep, 100%.
as Todd would say, it's like a parking garage. So
Yeah. Yep. It's a crazy place. I loved it there, and it was such a cool experience to get to see that place. But
did you get in? Did you go through every building, like
no, we
all
did
the way
not.
to the back?
There was security, so we were like dodging security.
Oh,
So we didn't get to see it.
that security's no big deal.
Yeah, well, I didn't know at the time, and I was
Yeah,
like
no,
in another
I
state.
yeah.
I like don't want to fuck with that. But do you have any urban exploration injury stories yet?
Oh
You've only
gosh.
been doing this for a year, but I mean you've been exploring since like you were a kid. So I mean,
Yeah.
curious.
Well, yes, I have so many.
Let's go.
I am extremely clumsy, and sometimes, like, if something catches my eye, I get tunnel vision and I juggernaut my way towards it, and I might, like, I don't know, step on a nail.
Great.
So, what's the first thing that? I fractured my pinky.
Okay.
Um, I I was in this basement looking at, it was like staff housing apartments that are right off of a campus of a hospital. And so I was in the basement, like looking at all this old shit on a shelf, and I looked to the next shelf, and there's a big fucking spider in my face. And so I stepped back really quick, except there was a stack of moldy magazines behind
Oh,
me, and I tripped. And let me take a step back really quick to explain the floor to you.
okay.
So the basement is like a dirt floor, and it's full of like all these people's belongings. You've got comforters, blankets, like clothing, all that stuff. So it floods down there. So it floods, and all the stuff floats around, and then it goes into the mud, and then it floods again. It does that. So all these comforters and blankets have been embedded into this mud. So it's like a mud kind of swirled blanket floor, which is covered in every kind of mold I've ever seen. So now we can go right back to as I'm falling. So
Oh my
um,
God.
I'm immediately like, oh my God, the mold.
Yeah.
As I go down and I catch my entire body directly on exactly on the tip of my pinky finger. And I was like, oh, that hurt. But I was also just like, ugh, I just touched the floor. I touched that fucking mold. Like, I've got to burn my hand off. This
Yep.
is so. I had a respirator on for once though, so that was good.
That's good.
So I just told my friend, I was like, I'm gonna go outside. I'm done with this place. So I go outside, and immediately I was like, oh my God, my fucking finger hurts like really bad. And I mean, it was straight, like it, which I was really relieved because if it was sticking at if it was like in an L shape, I wouldn't have been doing too well. So basically, it hurt so bad and it was like throbbing, and I was watching it swell. And my friend came out and he was just like, "Oh yeah, maybe you should go to the hospital." I was like, "That's okay," because it's like 14,000 new cases of COVID a day
Yep.
in Maryland. So also, and it was like 12-hour wait in emergency room, and then you get to take COVID home in a doggy bag on the way. I was like, I'm
Facts.
good. I don't need to go. I was
Facts.
like, you know what they're going to tell me to do? They're going to x-ray it. They're going to tell me to tape it.
Yeah.
And they're going to give me some Tylenol and then charge me, thanks
$10,000.
America,
Yeah.
like $500.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I was just like, no, I got ice in my bottle. We got like 4 more buildings to go. Like, so I just carried a lump of ice in my hand and I kept going. I was sweating. I was definitely like semi in shock. It was
Oh my God.
like I react really like physically poorly to startling injuries.
Oh my goodness.
So, but I kept going and I finished everything. I was exhausted. I was just from being in shock. And then,
Yeah.
my finger, by the way, had swollen so much it didn't have knuckle creases.
What? Okay, I'm looking at my finger right now and I can't fathom.
It, I was like, oh, and I couldn't bend it because it was so
Yeah.
fat. So, I worked the next day. By the way, I'm an esthetician.
Oh no. Oh yeah. With
So,
a
in
swollen
case people
finger.
don't know what that is, I do skin treatments.
Yeah. With your hands.
Yes, I do facials, everyone. You don't need to make jokes because I'll block you. So, yeah, so, obviously my hands are my career, so it's a
Yeah.
really good thing that I have this fucking hobby.
Oh my goodness.
So, I worked the next day. I did what I called my classy facials, and I did
Yeah, with the pinky out.
pinkies out on both sides. It
Uh-huh.
has to
Let's
feel
go.
even for the client,
Yep, yep. Let's go.
So, but eventually it was like by lunchtime. I worked 12-hour days. By
Mhm.
lunch, my boss saw my finger and it was like turning black. She was like, "Go home. That's disgusting." She was like, "Have your client said anything?" I was like, "No, I put like a finger condom thing on to hide it." I don't know. I gotta work.
Yeah, 100%. You got to make that money so
I
that you
know
can.
exactly. To pay for not going to the hospital.
Correct. Oh my God. Okay. I love the injury stories. They're always my favorite part of the show. But
I mean,
gotta
I
get
have
more.
more.
Let's go. Keep it
Okay.
going.
Uh, the window dangle incident, and I'll actually send you a picture of the aftermath of that.
Perfect. Love it.
It is gross. It's just all bruises, but yeah. So my buddy Jonathan, actually, we grew up together, and he did some of this shit with me when we were teenagers. He's also been arrested by the same police officer that came to my house trying to arrest me. So him and I are back full circle again because he just moved back to Baltimore. So it's been great. So he comes with me a lot. So we went to this really old school somewhere, and it's all stone on the outside. And so when we went, it was of course raining, because it likes to do that when I go to really large, like campus style places. So we come up to, like, there's a window. I'm 5 foot tall. Like Jonathan, I don't know. I think he's like 5'10". So like I'm like, oh, I just need something to stand on, and I find the yellow basket from a mop bucket. Do you know what I'm
Okay.
talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Okay, so I flip it upside down. It's a little like seesaw, like teeter totter, but I was like,
Uh-huh.
I got this. So stand on it, and it's like, wobbling back and forth, and I get my one leg hooked over the windowsill.
I'm
So
picturing it.
like kind of
Okay.
can opener style.
Yeah, yeah.
And I get my both my hands on the windowsill on the inside,
Mm-hmm.
and I go to leap and put my foot onto the wall to push up.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. The wall is so slimy from the
Oh,
rain on the stone that my foot drops. And mind you, I jumped off of the
the
basket.
bucket. Yeah.
So all of my weight slams down on the back of my knee and my thigh. And I'm just dangling there, like with my hands and my legs curled over that, and then my one leg's dangling. And so, like, Jonathan comes up behind me, like, just holds on to, like, my butt and my waist, and he's like, I can't lift you, but I can hold you in place. It's like, all right. And so finally, like, I used every ounce of strength that was in my arms and my poor bruised leg and just pulled all my weight up and kind of toppled over inside.
Oh my God. The
This is
things
how
we
I do
do.
things.
The things we do. I literally like was helping give my friend a boost into a window and pushed him into the window and he fell through like into the building.
I've been shoved in windows.
Oh
I've
yeah.
been Todd has tossed me in windows a couple times.
Incredible.
I know it just is very shameful. You suddenly feel like a child. I don't know if you know how tall he is. He's 6'7". I'm 5 foot. So
He's a giant.
yeah. So it's very demeaning. I don't know if the word is.
To be thrown into a window by a
I know, you're
giant.
just like, I'm suddenly just a little child. So yeah, I've had that. My mom shoved me in a window before, like head first.
That's yes. We love that.
That I took her to like this old farmhouse, and I was trying to get in. I was just not quite tall enough, so I was kind of hanging there. And my mom just was like, "Here," and gave me the hardest shove on my butt, and I went flying in head first,
Oh my
like
God.
onto the broken glass on the wooden floor. I mean, I didn't get cut or anything, but I was just like,
Yeah.
"It's mom." Yeah.
Okay, so tell me your scariest exploration.
Um, I do you want like creeped out or like scary, like anxiety, or do you want like, oh my god, am I about to be murdered?
Anyone that you want to share, I would love to hear. All of those sound great, honestly.
I've been doing all this a year. I don't know how all of these things happened to me. Okay, so we'll go with the one where I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get murdered.
Perfect.
So there's this awful high school near us. I hate that place now. So it's newer, I guess, like school. It's not like it's some historic thing. So it has a pool in it. I love the pool. Like the gyms are nice. Not anymore. The place is a fucking garbage fire. So it was nice 2 months ago.
Okay.
Um, So I took my roommate's friend with me because he just moved up here and he's like, I don't know, casually done this. And I was like, oh, I'll take you to this like really boring, clean school.
Mm.
So we get in there and I was like, oh, it's not that clean anymore. We went around everything and I forgot it gets dark earlier. And so I was like, oh, we should go because I've seen people coming in here at night. Like, it's homeless people. It's obviously it's right outside the city. So there's your hint. um, so we start trying to leave, and this place, because it's newer, everything looks the same.
Mm.
So I don't know. I got us lost, and we kept making circles, and I start getting a little frantic, like stressed.
Yeah.
And because it's by that point it's dark outside, and I was like, this is fucked. So my friend was like, well, we can go out the door down at the library, and I was like, no, because fun fact, the production crew for Lady on the Lake, I'm giving the place away entirely now.
Yep.
Lady on the Lake is storing all their stuff back there, and sometimes they film little teeny sets, whatever. um Natalie is over there. Natalie
Mhm.
Portman. I've said hi to her. She
Let's
didn't know
go.
it was me. I just yelled it out of my car. So, um, I was like, no, don't go that way. They have their security car right there.
Mhm.
So he's like, well, I'm going to do it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get arrested. I'll meet you around the other side, hopefully.
Yeah.
So I go up the other way because I need to head towards, to get out this door. It's been ripped off the hinges, but they screwed it back on, and then scrappers ripped it back open. It was kind of weirdly jammed in the thing. You have to take your backpack off and squeeze in.
Yep.
So I'm trying to find that door. I went around in a circle a bunch of times, and I started to have like a panic attack
Mm.
as I was hearing people come in at that point. And so I was like, okay, I just need to start running. And at the other opposite end of the hallway at the end, I saw a couple guys walk by. They had like plastic bags with them. I was like, cool, they're coming in to go to bed. I need to
Yeah.
leave. So I'm like looking around, and I have my, like Google Maps up, trying to look at the above point of the school, like where I am, but it's
Mm.
the school. The service sucks.
Mhm.
And then I see a guy walk down across the corridor at the end, like someone else, except he saw me and started walking towards me. And I was like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just like, I don't have service. I can't call. I think I texted Todd once and I was like, I'm lost in Clifton. I don't know. So, um, I just started taking random turns, and then all of a sudden I came out into the cafeteria, and I knew through the cafeteria is that lobby. And I
Mm.
took off through there, and I get to the lobby, and I get right to that door as I see the guy come out into the other end of the lobby, and I was like, fuck.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I'm not a strong person at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, 115 pounds. Like, I didn't even take my backpack off. I turned in like feral animal crazy,
Yeah.
and I ripped my way out of the door. Like, I ripped the screws out.
Oh my God. I mean, you gotta do what
And
you gotta do.
I came out, and I went over into a ditch, and I sat in the grass, and I thought I was going to throw up for a minute, and then I just stood up and walked over to my car. And I was like, I didn't get raped. Great.
And you know what? It fucking sucks that that's the thing that we think is gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh
it
my
sucks
gosh.
that that's the thing. It's
That
so
is
real.
the only thing that I fear happening to me.
Correct. You're like, you could literally murder me in my face, but don't rape me, please, for the
Yeah,
love of
like
God.
whatever, murder, that's like understandable. Like, I'm in your space. But like raping, come on.
Fuck.
We can
Yeah,
all
that's
pay for
pretty fucked. That's like next level, not okay. Like, you're a vile piece of shit human
it.
being.
Exactly. No, it's like, who takes people into an abandoned building to assault them?
Correct. I mean, it's a thing,
I'm sorry, I'm making
apparently.
a face. I wish you could see me right now.
Oh my
I know, I'm
God.
sorry. Anyway,
No.
well, but no, that is a huge concern
Yeah.
for
100%.
females in the like. It doesn't matter actually who you are.
Yeah.
Anyone,
Male, female,
anyone can be
trans,
raped. It's
they,
but it's just
thems. It
like,
doesn't matter. Yeah.
but Also, for tiny people, it's even
Yeah,
worse.
us tiny humans, like that's a real fear all the time, every single day of our lives.
Like I can run fast when I need to, but
Sure.
like not that fast. I have short legs.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a real thing. And I feel like,
Yeah,
people don't talk about it enough, but it's a real thing that happens, and
yeah. No, so fuck that school.
yeah, for real. Fuck that school.
Fucking done. It's the new homeless hotel, guys. Don't go. Like seriously, I
Yes.
see you guys posting it on Reddit. Stop it. Like, do not get stabbed, please.
Yeah, for real. For
Like the
real.
places, oh my god, it's so bad. It's just, oh, the power's on in there. It's great. I remember I
Damn.
walked in one time and some, scrapper had cut the pipes, which the
Uh-huh.
water's still on. So, 5 different areas of that school was just a monsoon for like a week. I just
Gotcha.
watched my tax dollars just pour
Yeah.
on the ground.
You're like, great. Love that. This is where my
I
money's
know,
going.
but you know how that is. But so that's my scariest like for my life. Creepy ones? I don't know. That's a really hard one. I don't believe in ghost guys at all. Like,
Fair.
I'm sorry for like paranormal people. Please don't get offended. But I've spent a lot of time in these places and a lot of time in places where like this is where people were murdered and horrific things
Yeah.
happened. No one said hi to me. Like I that would be
Someone
a
say hi to
whole
her.
new
Fuck.
experience. I'd be like, "Oh man, that's awesome." But guess what, guys? It has not happened. And
Mm-hmm.
everyone can say, "Oh, you're just not open to it." Guess what? I don't think anyone that gets haunted by some ghost or like spooked by some ghost is like open to it.
Yeah.
That's thanks for coming to my TED Talk, guys.
And on this week's episode of No Tracers, we talk about how ghosts are not welcome.
I can't I don't know. I briefly dated a guy very recently that turned out to be just a lot. So I took him actually to that school, yeah, that we just talked about.
Uh,
As soon as we walk in, he's like, "Oh, I'm getting really heavy vibes in here." I was like, "What?"
you're
I
like,
was
shut the
like,
fuck
"What do
up.
you
No,
mean?"
you're
I
not.
was like, "That could just be like the soot smell from like the smoke. There was a fire before." Like, kind of makes me lightheaded sometimes. He's like, "No, there's just like dark vibes here. Like, you can't feel the kids." I was like, "No, I don't feel the kids."
You're like, also, this isn't working out.
I was just like, I was like, dude, this is just a basic high school. It's new. Like,
There's
no,
no like trauma here.
yeah. But it was like I took him to like a, a few spots every
Yeah,
time.
for sure.
The vibe K was heavy. It's so dark.
The vibes.
I think if I took him into a Food Lion that just closed, oh
He'd
god,
be like, yo, it's some negative darkness in here in
it
this
is
Food
the
Lion.
thickest of darkness. Like, I'm
Oh my
sorry, it's
God.
just yeah, it was. I'm ashamed of that one, but
Oh my God. Okay. So if you could live in one of these places that you've explored for an entire week, which place would it be?
oh, Veterans Hospital, I just said.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
I mean, it has power. Everything's in there. Like, why wouldn't you? Also, that surgical theater is.
We love a surgical theater. Come on.
Oh, I do. And that one, like, I'm the least serious person that you'll ever meet.
Mhm.
Um, and when I walked in there, I got a little choked up. And you know what, guys? You know what? You can say, "Oh, I've seen better." You know what? Go fuck yourself. Because I haven't. So, but this is also why I have access to the oldest surgical theater.
Yes.
I know the groundskeeper, guys.
Oh, sick.
The one that someone might have broken into and tampered with the mummified corpse and put it on a slab. I don't know. Maybe someone did that.
Holy shit.
Don't break into stuff in my city.
Holy shit. That's crazy. Don't do
Yeah,
that. What the fuck?
I I won't say their name, but they
Oh
know
my
who
God.
they
You
are.
can tell me after the episode, after we're done recording, because that's
I like their
fucked.
girlfriend. She's super nice.
Oh my God. I need to know who this is. I'll ask you after the show. But do you have
Yeah,
any?
I'm not gonna out this.
No. Don't
Yeah.
do that. Do you have any goal places, like bucket list items that you're
Oh
dying to
yeah,
explore?
I'm actually there's a secluded hospital that is historic. I have a thing for like weird history. So I'm not gonna tell you who this history surrounds or where this is or
Hmm.
anything because it's I'll tell you when we're not recording. How's
Sure.
that sound?
Sounds great.
Actually, if you would like to join, because I'm planning with uh Andy, please don't make me look up people's screen names because I'm terrible. I know
Yes.
names. SV something exploration. I don't know. Everyone's been exploring with him like everywhere recently.
Uh-huh.
Um so I don't know. Him and I have been talking about it. So yeah, let me know if
Oh,
you
I
want to
found him.
go.
SV Exploration.
Thank you.
Gotcha. Following right
Hey
now.
Andy. Yeah.
Boom. What up, Andy?
Andy took me to that favorite hospital, so
Oh, sick.
yeah.
Dope. Yeah, I mean,
Um
let me know when, and I might be able to make it happen.
do you know someone with a boat?
With a boat? I mean, I can find someone with a boat. I'll
It's
buy
gotta
a
be
boat.
little.
I'll make a boat.
Okay, let's do it.
I'll
Paper
just
mache all the way.
build a boat.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I almost forgot. Back to the you were asking about scariest explorers, and I
Yes.
almost forgot the one that was the most anxiety inducing.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so I almost forgot about this. I'm not gonna say like there's a sports stadium uh somewhere, and so Bob and I, Detroit Unseen, did
Hmm.
that. So that is a big no no. You cannot go there whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
So I know people have like gone in there, they've like climbed in, all this stuff. So I don't know. They're preparing to eliminate this stadium. So all of the construction crews in there, there's police, there's security, everything. So I'm with Bob. And so Bob came down for my birthday. So that was fun. So this is like birthday thing. So we he had mentioned the place. I can't say the initials, but he had like mentioned it and it wasn't clicking in my head. I don't like sports. I like hockey.
Uh-huh.
That's it. Anything else, I don't care. So he had said it, and it was just like, oh, neat. I don't know. It was just like, I don't know, someplace Bob's going. Like, we're gonna go somewhere. So we pulled up, and I was like, is that like blah blah blah? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit, no. I was like, people get arrested there, and he was like, that will be fine. I was like, no, Bob. I was like, I don't get arrested though. And he's like, you won't. He's like, come here. We go around to the back of his car and he opens his trunk and he hands me a yellow hard hat and the reflector vest.
Yes.
And he hands me the hat and I was like kind of looking at it. I was like, oh, it's a little dirty. I was like, where did you find this in an abandoned building? He's like, yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, I love people.
Yes. Oh my God.
So we're walking up to this place and we got it on like everything. Like I'm wearing my Under Armour tactical boots
Oh my
and
God.
my yoga leggings
Yes.
and like I don't look nope, I don't look like a construction worker in the slightest. So I have my sunglasses on and we're walking down like towards the place. There's like one way in and out. And immediately I saw that there was a police car on one
Hmm.
side of the entrance with a police officer in it. And on the other side was a security car with a security officer
Damn.
in it. And I was like, fuck. I don't want anything to do with that. And
Yeah.
I started like sweating. It had nothing to do with that July heat. And so we're walking towards it, and I was like, Bob, there's police. And he was like, it's fine. Just you can't slow down. We're already here. You can't slow down now. And I was like, oh, what have I done? Like, so I like my heart was beating out of my chest. I feel like I felt so nauseous. I was so uncomfortable. I'm just like, I don't like any part of this.
Yeah.
And so we're walking up, and he's loudly like, "Come on, you don't want to be late for your first day at work." I was like, "God damn it, Pop!" I was like, "I can't act right now."
Oh my god.
Like I just couldn't even talk. And so we're walking up, and we walk right in with a group of workers.
Shut the fuck up. Oh
Uh,
my god.
I swear, like I don't do things like that.
That's crazy.
That wasn't like, oh, this is fun adrenaline. That was just like, I really hope I don't throw up.
Yeah.
So we walk in and we're just walking, and I kept my sunglasses on, but so my lips are tattooed,
Okay.
like lip blush color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Perks of being in my industry.
Yes.
So it's like it looks like I'm wearing lipstick all the time. So I was like trying to put my lips in because I'm like, what construction worker is wearing lipstick to
For
the
sure.
job
For sure.
on like 102-degree day?
Yeah. Gotta look good doing that construction.
So we're walking, and here comes like, what do you call those? Like a foreman and like his team, because
Uh-huh.
foreman has like a different color hat and everything.
Yep.
So we're walking, and I was just like, "Fuck!" I was like, "Bob, foreman." Bob's like, "Man, my shoe's untied." And I'm like, "Oh my god, you're drawing attention to us!" And they just kind of like glanced at it and kept walking, and I was like, Ugh.
Oh my god.
I'm just like on the verge of a heart attack. So we go up. I don't know what level we're on. I don't know. Bob led the way. So we go out. I didn't even take my backpack off. Didn't even take my camera out. I was too uncomfortable. I had a river of sweat going down my back.
Yep.
So I took pictures of my phone. I took 5 photos. Every picture turned out amazing.
Hell yeah. Let's
And I have
go.
been dying to post them, but I'm waiting for the demo.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably the
Because
move.
it's super sketch. You get arrested like immediately if you go there, and like yeah, it's big time. Like they're not fucking around.
Damn.
So
That's
yeah,
What a crazy story.
I told my dad about it, and he like almost had a heart attack. He works for the government,
Yeah. Oh my god.
but he loves my stories. Like
Yeah, they're great. They're so good.
more so, he likes the pictures better than the stories. But
For sure. For sure. So, what do you hope for the future of urban exploring?
yeah. I hope teenagers go away.
Yes,
Sorry,
agreed.
I
Agreed.
hate teenagers.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I will say this one kid that I've been exploring with, he's 19. I think his screen name is just Aiden and has little hearts, not hearts, roses on the sides. I don't know
Hmm.
how, I don't know. It's that Gen Z, whatever they're doing over there. I don't
Yep.
know. I'm like, I'm too fucking old for everyone. But he's follow this kid. He's doing a good job. He's super nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, this kid, he did this seminary that's alarmed, and the alarm started going off, and he just kept exploring it. And he's like, no one ever showed up. I was like, this kid has done
Fearless.
2 of the hardest hospitals in our state,
Damn.
too.
Damn.
Like, with the tightest security. Actually, he has done one of them many times that Chris Hall is banned from. So
Wow.
yeah, so this kid goes there a lot. So this kid's he's doing a good job. I'm trying to teach him to do better. I had to get him to stop posting like outside shots and
Yep.
reels. I was like, stop it, don't do
For
that.
sure.
Don't
For
put
sure.
names, stop, take less videos.
Yeah. So my
I
last
don't know. I
question.
just I just
Go ahead.
want kids to stop spray painting shit. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
guess what? Like, yeah, poorly spray painted dicks are really boring. I will say I've seen some of them are evolving. We're getting some more veins.
Some
I
veininess.
saw one with shading on the balls.
Wow. That's
It
pretty
was
impressive.
very intricate hair. Like I don't know, they're just getting really into it. But I've started seeing like they do the sexy lady with the gigantic boobs.
Yep.
They've been giving her a little bit of pubic hair. I was like, look at that.
All right. We're
We're
getting creative
finally
here.
we're getting there. We're getting to vaginas
Yeah.
being graffiti.
Finally.
I'm
Finally.
just like, enough of the dicks. Let's go.
For sure.
So
Oh my god.
yeah, just stop graffitiing shit, just stop breaking shit, just stop like if you're going somewhere and it's high risk or even like not that risky, but you still don't want to be caught, I don't know, ask someone, like, you're going there, if you know someone's gone there, ask them how to get in.
Yeah.
Because guess what? If you get caught when you're trying to go in there, that makes the place get sealed up more.
Yep.
So let's get caught less, guys, please. Because I hear too many stories of people being caught, and it's, yeah.
Urbex's advice: get caught less.
I mean, come on.
I mean, it's.
I mean, aren't you all like 5 feet tall and like
Yes.
spry?
Yes. We are all the same height and the same spryness.
Yeah.
So, last question for you is: what is something you know now that you wish you knew when you started exploring?
That I had gone to the Boyd's mansion sooner.
Oh.
That one, like, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I think there's just the front of the building. Like,
Yeah.
they demolished the entire rest of it, but they just I don't know. I haven't been back. It was traumatizing. I walked up to it, so I finally was just like, oh, let's do this. Yeah. So I got Jonathan in the car. We drove all the way out there. We hiked the whatever up the railroad tracks and walked up to the gate. Right as I walk up there, the fucking excavator went through it. So
Wow.
I wish I had gone to it sooner. I regret that. I wish I had not asked for locations in the beginning, but like, who the fuck hasn't?
Yeah. I feel you.
I don't know. That's, yeah. If straighten your photos.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see it too many times. Like, people will take like a really good shot, and then I'm like, it's just come on, tweak it straight. It drives me nuts. Like,
You can do it in Lightroom, people.
It makes
Straighten that shit.
my eye. You don't have to do Lightroom. Just on Instagram, it has
Oh, yeah.
one thing you can straighten.
Yep.
It just makes my eyes twitch, guys, and I have to like scroll past it, and I can't because I'm sorry.
Amazing. Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming on No Tracers. If people want to keep following your journey, let them know where they can find you online.
On Gray Monstera. That's it.
Perfect.
I have nothing else.
What a character she is. Britt, thank you for coming on the show. I enjoyed having you so very much. If you guys enjoyed this episode of No Tracers, please let me know by leaving a rating and feedback on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to the podcast. It helps us grow. It helps us find a bigger audience of listeners just like you. If you want to come on No Tracers, hit me up at no.tracers on Instagram, or you can email me at contact@notracers.com. Thank you guys for listening to another episode. I will chat with you next week for another one. If you guys want to pick up some merchandise, go to notracers.com/shop. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for supporting what I do, and thank you for repping the merchandise. That's all I've got for you guys this week. Thank you for listening. Stay strong, keep enduring, go out, go explore something, and remember, leave no trace.